The man leaned over to kiss his girlfriend while driving, and a girl by the roadside was live streaming. At that moment, the girl casually tossed away the shoes she had just bought. The sudden accident left Xiaoya completely stunned. What shocked her even more was that her boyfriend, Ajun, did not choose to call the police. Instead, he dragged the injured girl all the way to the trunk of the car. The girl still tried to ask Xiaoya for help, but Xiaoya, already terrified out of her mind, instinctively pushed the girl's exposed leg into the trunk. To completely cover up the crime, Ajun took the girl to an abandoned construction site. Then he swung a shovel and beat her to death on the spot. Afterward, to calm his girlfriend down, Ajun force-fed Xiaoya the medication he used to treat his impulse disorder. From that night on, Xiaoya almost saw the dead girl standing beside her every night. To fully control Xiaoya, Ajun even bribed a psychiatrist to prescribe medication for severe impulse disorder and made Xiaoya take it long term. Just when he thought everything could stay hidden forever, he never expected that shortly after the girl was killed in the crash, her brother Dong Hyun found his sister's lost phone at the accident scene. Later, Xiaoya went to the police to report the case. Dong Hyun sensed something was wrong from Ajun's explanation of the crash. From that moment on, he began to suspect that his sister's death had something to do with this couple. After that, Dong Hyun started long-term surveillance and investigation of both Ajun and Xiaoya, and now he finally confirmed that the people who killed his sister were them. At this point, Ajun, tied to a chair, kept kneeling and begging Dong Hyun for mercy. And after dealing with Ajun, Dong Hyun pulled out a gun and turned to threaten Xiaoya, ordering her to tell him immediately where his sister's body was hidden. While trying to escape, Xiaoya tripped over exposed rebar, yet still attempted to flee right under Dong Hyun's eyes. But Dong Hyun quickly caught up to her again. With nowhere left to run, Xiaoya decided to make a final attempt to fight back. But frail as she was no match for Dong Hyun. Completely consumed by rage, Dong Hyun began violently destroying the steel supports holding up the building. Just as he was about to strangle Xiaoya to death, the ceiling suddenly collapsed due to the loss of support. When Dong Hyun slowly stood up from the rubble, he finally realized that his sister's body had been hidden in this very building all along. Overwhelmed with grief, Dong Hyun held his sister's body and broke down in tears. As the entire building was about to collapse completely, Xiaoya urged him to leave with her. But having lost his only family, Dong Hyun no longer had the will to go on living. In the end, he chose to stay there and be buried in the ruins together with his sister, and Xiaoya became the only one to survive this tragedy.